Today we're going to talk about how to simplify expression. Again, an expression is a math sentence without an equal sign. It's an expression that contains numbers, symbols, which are called variables or letters, and an operation. So, how many totals? So let's review what we learned about distributive property. How many total seats will the airline gain by purchasing 3 more of both the 737 aircraft and MD-88 aircraft? So we're going to buy 3 more planes of the 737, which has 150 seats, and we're going to buy 3 more planes of the MD-88, which is 142. So you could have done it that way, or you got to figure out how many seats that the 737 contained, 156, and the MD-88, which is 142. And we know we're buying 3 planes of it. These are equivalent expressions. Which one would you rather solve? Some people like doing it the first way. Some people would rather do the second way. I don't care, honestly. I'll do the first one then. 3 groups of 150 is 450. 3 groups of 142, 4, is 426. Together, you have 876 seats. Or if you have done it this way, 150 plus 142 would have been 292. 3 groups of 292 is 876 seats. So today we're going to be talking about simplifying expression. So I'm going to dump all kinds of expressions in here. I'm going to dump x plus 2. I'm going to dump 2x plus 3. If I dump this and I ask you, collect them, collect the terms, collect like terms, I would like you to sort them out. What would you say? I have 3 x's and I have 5 1's. So in other words, I have 3x plus 5. So our original problem again was what again? What was the original problem again? I think it was this one. So our original problem was we had an x plus 2, and then you had 2 more x's plus 3. So if you did not have algebra tiles, could you have sort them out without them? So let's see. I have an x with a 2x, that's 3 x's. I have 2's and a 3, which is 5. That's how you do it. So let's try some more examples. So what happens if we had this problem? We had 2 x's with plus negative 3. 2 x's plus negative 3. And I would like you to, and we had 3 x's with positive 4. I would like you to sort these out and tell me what remains. If I sorted these out, put all the x's together, put all the units together. Well, remember we learned the inverse property. These 2 will cancel out. These 2 will cancel out because what's the reverse of positive 1, negative 1? Cancel out. So from what I can tell, we have 5 x's plus, and we have 1 remaining left. Is this true? Let's see. 2x with 3 x's, that's 5 x's. We have 4 positives and 3 negatives. Cancel, cancel, cancel. What do you have left? 1 positive. So let's move these out. Oh, that's so cool. It's like kung fu. All right, so what happened with this one? You have 2, let's make it hard, 2 groups of x plus 3 plus 4 x's. So you have 2 groups of x plus 3. So you have x plus 3. We have 2 groups of it, though, of x plus 3. And then we have 4 x's. Please collect the terms. I'm going to collect all the x's together. How many x's do you see here? I see 6 x's. And then I see 6 groups of 1, so 6x plus 6. Could we have done it without using algebra tiles? We have, what's 2 groups of x? 2x. And what's 2 groups of 3? And which is 6 plus 4x's. So 2x with 4x is 6x. 2 groups of 3 is 6. So let's see if we can do some now without using algebra tiles. First one, number 1, you have 7. You have an x with it. You have 7 x's. How many x's do you have? 8 x's with the 7. If you want me to draw it, I will draw it. You have 7 ones. You have an x. You have 7 x's. How many x's do you have? 8 of them. Plus how many units? 7 ones. Next one. 5 groups of 4 times x. So we have 4 x's. 4 x's. And there's 5 groups of it. What would 5 groups of 4 x's be? 20 x's. Using associative property, that's why we've been learning this property. Could I have grouped it like this way? 5 times 4 is 20. 20 times x is 20x. Yes. All right, next one. You have 15 y's. You put them together with an x and 9 more y's. How many y's do we have in all? You have 24 y's with an x. And that's number 3. Number 4. You have 6 x's. You have 21. Then you have 14. Using the associative property, can I group the 21s with the 14s? That would be 35. And how many x's do you have? 6x plus 35. Number 5, 3x plus 2 plus 11x. So grouping the x's together, associative property, we're grouping it, that's 14x's plus 2. Number 6, grouping the y's together, that would be 21y's, x plus 21y. Number 7, grouping the y's together, that would be 16y's plus 2x's. Number 8, grouping the 8 and times the 4, that's 32x's. Number 9, grouping was 3 groups of 5 x's. You can draw 5 x's and then draw 3 groups of it, you'll have 15 x's. Or you could, using an associative property, you can group these two, you could draw parentheses, what's 3 times 5? 15 x's. Number 10, 3x combined with 7x is 10x plus 10. Alright, so let's try it now as a word problem, grouping stuff. There are 5 friends who went to a baseball game. 3 of the friends each bought a ticket for X dollars. So 3 friends bought a ticket for X dollars. Do we know how much the ticket cost? No. That's why we're using the variable X, the simple X. And they bought a soda for $6. So they bought 3 sodas for $6. The other 2 friends each bought only tickets. So there's 2 friends, they only bought tickets. Do we know how much the ticket cost? No, that's why we're using X. Write and simplify an expression that represents the amount of money spent. So how many tickets did they buy? They bought 5 tickets. 5 X's plus, and how much did they spend on a soda? $18. And that's the answer. So 3 X's plus 2 X's is 5 X's. 3 groups of 6 is 18. They're equivalent. Juliana is X years old. Her sister, so in this one you have to go through and figure out the ages of each person. Jillian is X years old. Do we know how old she is? No, that's why we're using the variable X. Her sister is 2 years older than her. So here's Julianne. Her sister is 2 years older. Her mother is 3 times as old as her sister. How old does the sister get? X plus 2. But the mom is 3 times that. Interesting. Now, Uncle Rich is 5 years older than her mother. So how old is the mother? The mother is 3 times the sister, which is X plus 2. But Uncle Rich is 5 years older. Right? And simplify an expression representing Rich's age. So this is Rich's age. How can you represent this? So we have 5 What's 3 groups of x plus 2? Do you want to draw this? So here's an x, 1, 1. Here's another x, 1, 1. Here's another x, 1, 1. We've had 3 groups of x plus 2. How many x's do you see here? I see 3 x's. How many 2's do you see? I see 3 groups of 2. So, what if you didn't want to draw algebra tiles? Could you have done it this way? 3 groups of x, 3 groups of 2. And let's see. So we have 5 plus 3 groups of x's. What is 3 groups of 2? 6. Can we collect or group any terms here? 5 plus 6 is 11. So 3x plus 11. So what happened if Jillian is 4 years old? Her sister will be 2 more 6. Her mom is 3 times that sister, so 4 plus 2 is 6. 3 times that 6 is 18. Oh God, that's a very young mom. Oh goodness gracious. And then Uncle Rich is 5 more than this. 19, 20, 23. What a really young family. Young. So what we did in here is we learned how to do group stuff. So again, let's try this one more. You have 2 groups of x plus 4 plus 6. So can you group things? Can you group anything? So we have 2 groups of x plus 4. I don't want to use algebra tile. I'm going to use it this. 2 groups of x plus 2 groups of 4 plus 6. So what's 2 groups of x? 2x. What's 2 groups of 4? 8 plus 6. Using associative property, combine the 8 with the 6, you get 14. So it's 2x plus 14. So we learned how to simplify expression or group x's and numbers together, or